The 29th of June, 1999. Huntsville, Alabama. Someone is inside NASA's servers. Not a foreign government, not a spy agency, not a team of professional hackers with a classified budget. A 15-year-old boy, sitting in his bedroom in Florida. He has school in the morning. By the time this is over, he will have stolen $1.7 million worth of software. He will have read 3,300 classified military emails. He will have shut down NASA's computers for 21 days. He will become the first juvenile in American history convicted of cybercrime. And then years later, he will be dead at 24. Convinced that the government he once humiliated had finally come back to destroy him. His name is Jonathan James. His handle is C0Mraid. This is his story. Pinecrest, Florida, 1989. Jonathan James is 6 years old when he sits beside his father at a computer for the first time. His father is a programmer. Jonathan doesn't want to play games. He wants to know how the code works. By 10, he is teaching himself advanced programming languages that professional engineers spend years learning. By 13, his parents are so worried about how much time he spends at the machine that they take the computer away entirely. Jonathan runs away from home. He refuses to come back until they return it. Because for Jonathan, the computer is not a hobby. It is the only place in the world where his mind can move at the speed it actually runs. Where he is, for the first time, good enough. He names his online persona C0Mraid. And at 15, he decides it is time to find out exactly how good he really is. 1999 is the perfect moment for someone like Jonathan James. The dot-com bubble is exploding. Corporate networks are being connected to the internet for the first time. Government agencies are digitizing rapidly without the expertise to do it securely. Firewalls are primitive. Security monitoring barely exists. For a skilled attacker, 1999 is not a challenge. It is an open invitation. Jonathan starts with Bell South, one of America's largest telecom companies. He slips through their firewall, maps their network, and leaves without taking anything. He just wants to see if he can get in. He can. He moves on. Then, in September 1999, scanning government networks late at night, he finds something different. A server in Dulles, Virginia. He probes the edges, finds a vulnerability in the router, and slips through. He installs a backdoor. Then, he installs a packet sniffer, a program that captures every single piece of data moving through the network. Every email, every password, every classified communication. He lets it run. What it captures stops him cold. The server belongs to the Defense Threat Reduction Agency, the division of the Pentagon responsible for analyzing nuclear, biological, and chemical threats to the United States. One of the most sensitive agencies in the American government. Jonathan has been sitting inside his network for days, reading his mail. In 2 days alone, he intercepts 3,300 classified emails. He collects the usernames and passwords of 19 DTRA personnel. And then he uses those stolen credentials as keys to go deeper into the government network. He follows the connections until he arrives somewhere he doesn't expect. NASA, Marshall Space Flight Center, Huntsville, Alabama. Jonathan moves through 13 connected machines, carefully, quietly. And on one of them he finds something extraordinary. Source code, not a memo, not a diagram. The actual software that manages the physical environment aboard the International Space Station, temperature, oxygen levels, the precise conditions that keep human beings alive 250 miles above the Earth. NASA values it at $1.7 million. Jonathan downloads it. He will say later he had no plan for it. He downloaded it the way someone picks up an interesting rock, not to use it, not to sell it, just to see if he could reach it. He could. The breach is discovered weeks later when a NASA security analyst notices files accessed at unusual hours. The assessment is immediate and alarming. The network is compromised. No one knows the full extent. NASA shuts down the Marshall Space Flight Center's entire computer system for 21 days. The cleanup costs $41,000. The FBI is called in. They trace every connection backward through the network until every trail leads to the same place. A house in Pinecrest, Florida. A teenager's bedroom. The 26th of January 2000. Agents from the Department of Defense, NASA, and the Pinecrest Police Department arrive at Jonathan's door simultaneously. They find his computer. They find the downloaded NASA software. They find the logs of everything he did. They also find personal notes indicating Jonathan had considered killing himself. The agents document it and move on. No one follows up. Jonathan is charged, pleads guilty, and cooperates fully. The sentence: 7 months house arrest, probation until 18, a written apology to NASA and the Pentagon, and a ban on recreational computer use. He violates probation, tests positive for drugs. The U.S. Marshals take him to a federal juvenile facility in Alabama where he serves 6 months. 6 months in federal detention. For a teenager who never sold a file, never damaged a system, never endangered a single person. He gets out. He tries to rebuild. He tells reporters simply, "I just wanted to see what was there." The hacking community makes him a legend. The government makes him an example. And Jonathan James spends the rest of his life trying to escape both. Then, in 2007, a massive hacking operation hits TJX companies, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, dozens of retailers, 45.6 million credit cards stolen. The ringleader is a Miami cybercriminal named Albert Gonzalez. Buried in the criminal complaint is a reference to an unnamed co-conspirator identified only by initials. Yeah. The Secret Service opens an investigation into Jonathan James. January 2008. 8 years after the first raid, agents appear at his door again. They search his home, his brother's house, his girlfriend's residence. They find a legally registered firearm. They find another suicide note. No one follows up. The investigation finds no evidence connecting Jonathan to TJX. The warrants are dropped. He is never charged. But his name stays in the complaint. And Jonathan James, who knows better than almost anyone how the federal justice system works, knows that innocence is not the same as safety. To the 18th of May, 2008, Pinecrest, Florida. Jonathan James is 24 years old. He is found in the bathroom of his home. The firearm agents had noted and left behind during their search. He leaves a note: "I have no faith in the justice system. I have lost control over this situation, and this is my only way to regain control. At least, I'll die free." He was never charged with anything. The investigation produced no evidence. He was innocent of everything he feared. It didn't matter. Jonathan James never sold a single file, never damaged a system, never endangered an astronaut. He was a teenager who taught himself to do something extraordinary. went somewhere he shouldn't have, and told the truth about why when they asked. The truth was, he just wanted to see if he could. He could. And the world was never built for what that meant. The servers at Marshall Space Flight Center came back online after 21 days. Jonathan James never really did.